y'all, it's Shamaria Flora, and today we're going to be answering some of y'all's questions for the hoodoo practice that we both are doing right now. So I'm going to be asking her questions, and I think I'm going to answer them first just because I don't talk as much. It's my lovely Gemini. She's very talkative. But she has a lot of wisdom though as well. This is where I get most of my information. So I'm not saying it being flip, I promise. Yeah, I promise I'm not. I promise. Okay. So, are your other family members accepting of your spiritual path?
No.
No, they're not. Like, I think they know that we practice something aside from Christianity because our family is very Southern. But they don't ever, like, ask us straightforward at all. Like, they're never straightforward from what I remember.
They know what we do.
Yeah.
They my Facebook friends.
Now, my cousins, they probably do know. But, like, my uncles, aunts, all of those, like, they don't. It's like a don't ask. It's like a don't ask, don't tell situation.
Right.
But they know something. I know they know something. But it's fine.
The heathens.
Yeah. When did you know you were a witch?
Okay, so I have changed or whatever. I started in my mind anyway referring to myself as a hoodoo. Okay. When I knew I was an adult, that was because of you. Yeah, that's how I found out I was good and grown. But I was always into occult stuff.
Yeah.
Drawn to it.
I think I knew when I was 12. That's when you gave me my first deck of oracle cards, I believe. Because you hid them under your bed for a minute because you thought that, she thought that my grandparents were going to find them somehow. So I hid them under her bed for a while. But it was like some kind of like Egyptian tarot deck, I think.
Oh,
and yeah, I still have it, I believe. But those are pretty nice and it came pretty naturally to me. So ever since then, like I kind of knew that I was a natural born witch. And I think you are too, whether you want to believe it or not.
You want to know when I knew?
How?
It was before you were a year old.
Oh, wow.
You remember when I told you it was the middle of the night and I kept hearing all these, like a whole bunch of voices and I turned over?
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that.
Yeah.
I think I saw that lady in my dreams one day.
Yeah, that was...
It was like a creepy old witch with like a hat and...
I used to dream about a three-titted witch.
Yeah, that would be dope. I want mine.
She was pretty dope. That was and it was a like recurring dream.
Okay. Maybe next lifetime.
I mean, maybe, who knows?
Okay. How often do you practice doing spells and magic?
Okay, so in hoodoo, it's referred to as workings. So really, at least once a week for something.
Yeah.
So that could be adding something to the oil lamp for a specific purpose, or a simple petition, or when I consider one of the things, like when I'm pouring libation, like when I have specific prayers, or if I pour a specific water for them.
And what do you use the oil lamp for? Because they might not know like what that's used for in hoodoo.
In place of, and it's, okay, so I used to use candles, but I used to just let them burn. I just forget about them, and then like a week later, realize like, oh shit, it burned out.
Same.
So then this awesome sister Toya, she told me about oil lamps because I always want to know what comes before whatever we're using. And so the oil lamps, for the younger people who may not know, it's like got some kind of rounded bottom usually, and you put it used to be kerosene, but you put oil in it now, and then you have a wick that you can run up and down, and then you light it. So it gets lit in the morning and turned off at night, so that keeps me in front of the altar twice a day.
Yeah. Okay.
I found my way, my little discipline trick or whatever.
I would say I practice about once a week too. I try to do it more than that, especially like at least at the very least once a week, but I try to do it more often, especially like if there's a new moon coming up or like a full moon. So I guess once a week. But we do some kind of ritual every day though. So like some kind of prayers or giving offerings, even if it's like something as simple as giving our ancestors food, you know, because you always want to bring something to the table before you ask for something. So, what attracted you to hoodoo?
Oh my gosh. So, grew up Christian. This is a very short version of a very long story. So, grew up Christian, went, got basically was in a cult where I got my first taste of Ifa. And then so I practiced Ifa for a while, and I went back to church, and I went back to Ifa. And basically with Hoodoo, I ended up with Hoodoo because I am a communal person. So if something is supposed to be done communally, that's how I want to do it. Well, in Charlotte, we don't have an Ifa community that I'm aware of. Especially like Esheshe, so like the traditional Ifa path. So then Hoodoo for me made sense because I can do it solitarily and not feel like I'm missing anything. Also, what I was really, really, really drawn to was the fact that you need to study your actual lineage. You need to know where your people are from, you know, and stuff like that, so you even know what kinds of plant life may have been accessed by your lineage and stuff like that. So that's what drew me to it, lineage and being able to work alone and feel powerful still.
Yeah, I think my reasoning is kind of similar. I also like it. Like, for me, Hoodoo seems a little bit more practical. Like, you don't have to have a lot. You don't have to invest a lot of money into it. And that's, like, another reason why I enjoy it. And I've always been very connected to my ancestors. Like, I can feel them, like, around me pretty often. And I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy Ifa, because I still think that it's an awesome religion and spiritual path. But I just feel more connected with Hoodoo, honestly. Like, you don't have to do too much, you know. It's not required of you. But you, as long as you honor your ancestors, you're good. So, yeah. And our last question is, how would I know if I'm Hoodoo?
Oh, okay. So first of all, be black.
Yeah.
So I did want to bring that up.
Yeah.
So as far as a lot of what you'll see online, it's always people saying what has this mixed heritage of Native American, European, and African. And a lot of times you'll see African last, which is really interesting. And so the thing is, what you want to understand is what they've taken is a little portion and blown it into something else. So what actually happens is that when we came here, of course, and not came here when we were stolen and abused and killed and all that stuff, and some of us happened to survive the passage and made it here, then when we came in contact with, you know, the new plant life, the new flora and the new fauna, then what we were looking at was, okay, so this is what we're accustomed to at home. This is the equivalent to that, you know, or as close as you can get to the equivalent of that. So yes, there were, you know, I'm sure there were interactions with Native Americans, of course, you know, as far as teaching about, you know, the plant life and things like that. The European part, hell if I know, but it's black. It's black. Everything that has been about Hoodoo is black. I'm sorry, I got off on that and I completely forgot the question.
No, go ahead. They were saying that, how would I know if I'm Hoodoo?
Oh, you know what? I felt, first of all, Mari, she started.
Y'all can't call me that, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's a
no,
family
you can
name.
call me that, but y'all can't call me that. I just want to make that clear.
Right, don't do it.
Yeah,
So
I'm Shamaria to y'all.
Right, okay, so Shamaria. I forgot the question again.
Damn it. It's okay, it's okay. How would I know if I'm Hoodoo?
Okay, so the thing is, Shamaria actually came to me and said that she missed the ritual and the consistency of Ifa practice. And so,
because I don't think they knew that we would go to Atlanta to practice.
Oh, yeah. So we spent so much time in Atlanta that a lot of times I didn't know which city I was waking up in.
Yeah.
So that's where, as far as the Ifa family is concerned, that's where they are. And so she was missing that, and not only like the community, but just the consistency, because even when we were at home, we were still more consistent. But for me, it was just really hard for me because I'm a communal person. It was just real hard. So I kind of got away from it because it was frustrating. I couldn't access the information that I needed to access because I'm kind of a purist that way. So when she ended up bringing that to me, I kind of started praying about it and, you know, asking the ancestors, you know, to show me, like, what can we do to bring some balance back for her? Yeah. You know, because it's, of course, at the time I thought, oh, it's for her, you know, great. And so Hoodoo started coming up everywhere, or maybe coming up in a different light. Maybe they just kind of opened my eyes to it, but so it was something that I felt like I could like not just walk away from. The other part is, I think if you are black, it's your lineage anyway. It's what you've been doing. That's one thing I have learned, is that a lot of what we just do is hoodoo things that are holdovers in our families. So if you are black, and we are not talking about you claiming it, we are not talking about transracial anything. If you are black, then by all means, you probably already hoodoo and just didn't know it.
Yeah.
If you're black.
She's black. I know her. This is my friend.
I mean, I'm talking to anybody, child.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for me, I would just say, if you're drawn to it, just go ahead and give it a try. Like, there's nothing wrong with exploring different spiritual paths or religions or whatever. I mean, like, in my opinion, if you are even considering it, just give it a try. And if you don't like it, that's fine too. But, you know.
And it's something that does not contradict. It doesn't contradict other faiths. So one thing you want to understand about indigenous cultures, let me just keep it black. So African traditional religions is that I personally have not seen where they conflict with each other. Now, you will practice one and you'll practice the other. We're not smushing things together. We're not making something, what it's not. But you can do them side by side. So it's not like being a Christian and practicing. I mean, black people do it all the time, but just as an example, let's say Christian and Satanism, we'll say that. The Satanist part, they will be cool with it, do what you want to do, but the Christian part will have a problem with it. So on this path, as far as hoodoo can be infused into whatever you're doing already, even for people who may still be going to church or whatever. It's not a conflict. And a lot of hoodoo practitioners use the Bible as really a type of spell book. So,
I mean, I like going to church, honestly, just because, like, you still have that sense of, like, togetherness, especially Baptist churches. Like,
the songs.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's what our ancestors did. So, still, even if I go to church, I'm still technically honoring my ancestors, so.
Yeah, and we do things like listen to gospel music on Sunday. And you don't have to if that's not your background, but I'm a church girl. Like, that's how I grew up. Likewise. And that's what her roots are. Right. That's what her roots are. So it's still things, it's kind of a thing of, and on a spiritual path period, let me just say this. Don't ever throw the baby out with the bathwater. Keep the things that serve you. Get rid of things that don't. But don't go so extreme that you lose out on things that are your birthright.
Right.
Sorry, something in my eye now.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, I think that was it. I don't want to make this video too long, but I do want to shout out this beautiful goddess who sent me this goddess figure.
Bring it a little closer.
Okay, I don't want y'all to see my socks. Well, actually, I don't care. You show them your socks,
Oh,
too.
wait, give them a white background so they can really see it. You should have had it ready for the
I know, right? I know.
Hold on. Wait. You gotta open your elbows.
I'm gonna come up close.
Okay, there we go.
Mom. No, but seriously, y'all, for real. I love this piece. It's beautiful. And I'm gonna tag her too because I think y'all should support her. You have to support black businesses. You
Agreed.
have to support black women.
And please pay the cost. Don't go in there saying what kind of discount.
And she also left me like a little note too.
A handwritten note.
Yes.
That's good business
She
practice.
has beautiful handwriting as well. But yes, I love my mother. Oh,
you alright.
Thank
Your
you.
face gonna be greasy.
It's okay. I think that's it. We love y'all. We hope you have a beautiful day.
The black woman is God.
Yes. Okay.
There is no other.
Oh, wait. Tell them what you do. I can tag you too.
You may do my intro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Greetings. My name is Aoife Shayo Ekunjobi of WhyWomenDoAsTheyPlease.com.
Okay.
Where I teach selfhood and divination as both a birthright and an empowerment tool to women of African lineage. I assist women in remembering who they were before the world attempted to tame them. Hotel.
Okay, Capricorn rising. I see.
Wait, I'm trying to get out the.
I see you. Okay, guys. I think that's it.
Wait, sock salute. Ew.
Peace.